Hey, I'm Francesca, and I grew up in a trailer with my mom. We both slept on mattresses next to each other, and because my mom didn't have a job, we were both dirt poor. At age 13, my body started to change, and unfortunately, my mom didn't like that. She often accused me of trying to seduce her boyfriends, even though I wasn't even interested in boys back then. It got so bad that she forced me to wait outside the trailer while her boyfriends were visiting her, which meant I sometimes had to wait outside all night long, even when it was freezing. And we were living right next to a big forest, and one night a bear wandered out and started walking right towards me. I was petrified and ran into my mom's trailer so I wouldn't get eaten by the bear. Unfortunately, as I ran inside, I interrupted my mom kissing one of her boyfriends. She got really angry and said, "You little witch, you want to steal my boyfriend again. You will regret this." I told her there was a bear outside, but she didn't believe me, and then she did something horrible. She called the cops and told them to pick me up and bring me to an orphanage. I had always tried to be a good daughter, and always followed my mom's rules, so hearing her say she wanted to get rid of me broke my heart into a million pieces. All I wanted was her to love me, but instead she made me feel like I was some trash she had to throw away. I arrived at the foster home the next morning. It was strange and scary. A lot of the older boys were staring at me, and I felt vulnerable because I had no one to protect me. Then I was sent to a dorm room with lots of other girls, and they instantly made it clear that I wasn't welcome. On my first day, when I went into the laundry room, someone locked the door behind me, which meant I was locked in there for 12 hours. There was no toilet, so I had to pee into a bottle. It was horrible. After one of the supervisors opened the door again, I immediately called up my mom and begged her to take me back. I told her I would do anything, even live outside the trailer in a tent if I had to. But again, she didn't care, and her voice sounded so cold. She said, "You got what you deserved for trying to steal my boyfriend from me." And then she hung up. When I got back to my dorm room, one of the girls pushed me against the wall and said, "You won't survive with that pretty face for very long. You have no idea what we will do to you." Well, that was the tipping point for me. I grabbed my bag and ran out of the foster home and decided to go back to my mom's trailer park. But I knew she wouldn't just take me back, so I cut off all of my hair and shaved my eyebrows off. When she saw me, she asked what had happened, and I told her the other kids had beaten me up and cut off my hair. I secretly hoped she would feel sorry and take pity on me. But she was drunk and called the cops to bring me back to my foster home. Everyone looked at me like I was crazy because I had cut off my hair. I knew I wasn't safe at this foster home unless I made some friends. But who would want to be friends with me? I didn't have anything to offer. But then two girls started fighting each other. One of them was much stronger than the other one, but the weaker girl had lots of friends, and together they were able to beat up the stronger girl. Afterward, they stole her necklace even though the girl screamed it was the only thing she had left of her mom after she died in a car accident. She was crying like crazy, trying to get it back, but the girls wouldn't give it to her and then they ran away. I knew that if I got her the necklace back, she might become friends with me, so I followed the group of girls who had stolen the necklace. I saw them enter a pawn shop, and after they left the shop, I went inside and asked if the girls had sold something. The man said yes, and said I could buy it back for $100. I didn't have any money on me, but then I offered him my smartphone in exchange, and he agreed on a deal. When I gave the necklace back to the girl, she started crying happy tears. She hugged me so hard I could barely breathe. When she let go, she said, "Hey, my name is Laura." And in that moment, I knew I had a friend for life. Even though we stuck by each other, the other girls became more and more vicious in attacking us. After the girls had taken all our clothes and belongings and burned them in a big bonfire, our supervisors gave my friend and I our own room so that we'd be safe from the other girls. One day, though, my mom came to the foster home and wanted me back. I told her, no way. I mean, I needed to protect and support my friend Laura, just as she was protecting me. But unfortunately, I didn't have a choice, and my mom and I moved to a different trailer park in a different state in the U.S. So I was too far away to visit Laura, and I never saw her again. I don't even remember her last name. It makes me sad to think that those mean girls might still be making her life hell. I hope she's doing fine. Laura was the first person in my life who truly cared about me and made me feel like I mattered. I'll never forget you, Laura. I wish I could thank you for being the only friend I ever had.